Hello everyone, it's Gemma here, the Inspired Stamper. Thank you for joining me again today. I do hope everyone is safe and happy and well at home, and then we're all doing lots and lots of crafting. Today's card is this one here. Happy Easter, happy spring, happy everything. We all need a bit of something to brighten up the days. Now the sun's out, it's a bit disappointing we can't go anywhere. So I thought I'd bring a bit of sunshine inside with a lovely card like this. Maybe you can make some for your neighbours and pop them through their door just to spread a little cheer. But I'm going to show you how I done this because I've not actually used any ink pads today, even though I have stamped and punched out my tulips. This is the stamp set I'm using, the Timeless Tulip stamp set, along with the coordinating punch, the tulip punch. I have used my Stampin' Up markers. Now these ones are the in colour for 2018 to 2020. They will be retiring soon, this set of colours, because in June when the new catalogue comes we'll get a new set of in colours. But I just thought I'd try and share the love a little bit with these, keep it going. And I actually put a special bundle offer on my Facebook page and Instagram last night, and I am offering the Stampin' Up markers, a pack of the in colour cardstock, and also a pack of the in colour designer series paper stack for $32.50, including P&P. And I've been very busy over this morning making lots of different projects to share with you. I've got a little bit of my designer series paper left here. As you'll see, there's no blueberry bushel here because I've actually used it all and I've run out. I think I've got a scrap somewhere, not many, but I don't want to show you the other cards yet where I've used it. So but this is the designer series paper and obviously the markers, and we all know what the cardstock looks like. A4, 24 sheets. So if you are interested in ordering that little bundle, give me a shout in the messages below or drop me a message on Facebook. I will put a link to my Facebook page in the description box below. But anyway, moving on to this card now. As I said, I've not used my ink pads. I've only used the markers, so I'm going to show you how I have done that. Now, to make this card, you are going to need a card base. I've got one here in Blueberry Bushel, and that's just my standard card base size, which is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 of an inch by 11.5 inches, and then score down the middle to make a 10th fold card. And then my piece of Whisper White for the front is 3 7/8 by 5.5 inches. And somewhere as well I have also got a strip of Whisper White for the front, and that's, I think that's 3/4 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. It's going to fit across the front here. You'll have to excuse me, my brain's being fried by not going out. It's getting a bit much. But anyway, let's crack on. So I've got my stamp on my block ready, and I've got another one of my acrylic stamping blocks here. Now, the two colours I used on this one was Blueberry Bushel and Pineapple Punch. And for this one, I thought I'd change it up a bit, and we're going to use Lovely Lipstick and with the Blueberry Bushel. So the brush end, I'm literally just going to colour on my block. And when you do this, you need to be moving fairly quickly. I'm just going to get some of that on there, and then I'm going to take my stamp and I'm just going to smush it onto the block and pick up the ink that I've just laid down using the pen, and then I'm going to stamp that down. I'm just going to hold that in place for a second and then lift up, and you've got your stamped image. Now you do need to, as I said, move quite rapidly in between. So I'm just going to leave that there I scribble on a bit more pen, and then I'm going to stamp it for the third time. Go give it a good smush and mix the ink up and pick it up. Now for this card you're going to need 9 tulips stamped and punched. I have already done some and I've already put them together, but I'm going to show you obviously how to put the last one together. So that's our tulips. Now I'm just going to grab a wipe and clean the acrylic block. Give it a good clean and dry, because now I'm going to get my piece of Whisper White that's going on the front of our card, and I'm going to stamp the stem and some leaves. Now for this I'm going to use the pineapple punch. I'm just going to get that on there. Sorry if it's a bit squeaky. If you don't like squeaky, I'll do it quickly. And then again, this is quite a long stamp, so I'm just going to smush it up and down, mix those colours up, and then I'm going to go straight in the middle. Again, pick up some more, and then I'm going to come further down. There we go. And there's our third one. Now again, in between doing the leaves, obviously the green is quite a strong dark colour, and we don't want to get a darker colour on our pineapple punch pen, because when you want to use them for colouring you won't be able to, because it'll be all mucky. So I'm just going to clean my block in between and then reapply my pen. There we go. And I've got my leaf. Give it a good smush, and then I'm just going to go in and add in some leaves. There we go. Nice and random leaves. There we go. So I'm going to clean this block back off, and now I'm going to stamp my sentiment again. So I've got my large block back, and I'm going to put the Happy Easter, Happy Spring sentiment on there, and again I'm going to use my pen, and I'm just going to swipe this across the top quite carefully. Swipe that across there, and then I've got my little strip that's going across, and I'm just gonna get that central as I can. There we go. It's not too bad. It did miss a tiny bit at the bottom, but I'm not going to worry too much. So now I'm going to punch out my tulips, and then we are going to assemble our lovely flowers. So this is quite a nice, easy, simple card to do, but it's quite a lot of fun using the markers to mix up the colours a bit and sort of make a new colour. Gives you a bit of an ombre effect, a bit of a tie-dye effect. That's the word I'm looking for, a tie-dye effect, which is always nice. It's always good to find something else to do with what you have. You might not have the budget to stretch to all of the ink pads at the moment, so getting a set of the stamping markers is ideal. So with these, I'm just folding them in half. There we go, as best as I can. There we go. As you see, my hands are really inky from where I've been playing with this earlier. So we're going to get my glue. And I'm going to put some glue on this side and then layer my flowers together. So in a very similar way to how I done the red tulips or red roses for the vase that I made. But we're only using 3 this time because we want them to stick onto our card. There's the other side. These are fairly simple to stick and line up. There we go, and that's your flower you are left with. So bringing our card base, I'm going to put my piece of whisper white onto the card base. There we go. Now I can put some glue on the back of my flowers and we can add them on. There we go, that's our second one. And the third. Oh, that one has to slightly overlap there, as it hangs off the card. There we go. And now we can add in our sentiment. And I've literally just gone straight across there. There we go. And we can even add in a few rhinestones as well. Oh, I'm getting them stuck to me. Oh, there goes one. It's not quite where we want it though. I'm going to put one on there. And one on there. Oh, the putty's falling off. There we go. So on this one, I'm going to leave it with just the 2 little rhinestones on there and there. This one I had to put a couple more on because I managed to smudge some blueberry bushel ink on it. Whoops. So there you go. A bit of bling saves the day. But there we go. There is our card. There we go. So as always, all the measurements and all the things I've used will be listed on my blog, and I'll put a link to that in the description box below. Thank you for joining me again today. Again, if you are interested in the bundle, I will put information about that on this blog post as well. Drop me a message and I hope to hear from you soon. Take care everyone, and I'll be back soon. Bye.